Hi, this is Suzanne Seeley with Suzanne Snips. Thank you very much for being with me today. Do you know that the average person stops and looks at a painting in an art gallery for between 17 and 24 seconds? Well, that's not very much time. Can you really remember what you're seeing? Can you remember who the artist is? And when you walk out of that gallery, can you keep all of the paintings separate, one from the other, in your mind? One time I was with my mother, who was an artist, in an art gallery. We were looking at a beautiful painting, and she was leaning over. We were the ones who set the alarms off. She would be leaning over and pointing something out about the colors or the texture or the strokes or the composition, and I would be watching her as she's looking at the painting, and the guard was watching me. Anyway, it was kind of a funny scene. And I said something to her one day, and she turned around and looked at me and said, "You know, Suzanne, now you're talking like an artist." And I thought that was one of the greatest accolades. I will never forget it. It made me very happy because I was actually taking a little more time to look at that painting and actually see something in it that the artist was trying to communicate to me, to us. John Ruskin, the art critic of the Victorian era, 1900s, was one of the most prolific writers, one of the most gifted art critics that has ever existed. It's been 200 years, but people are still reading his beautiful, voluptuous prose. When he said that the reason he was able to see art, what was in art, what made it magic, is because of the way he was raised. He was born an only child into a wealthy family. His mother was a very stern woman who believed her son should not have a lot of frills. And so he had no playmates, and he had very few playthings. He was put in a beautiful home with tapestries, with draperies, and he was allowed to go outside and play, but he had to use his mind. And he had to, in the silence of his imagination, he had to think of things, see things, the colors, the brilliance, and the beginning and the ending of things. He had to become very analytical. And that helped him in his work. It would help all of us if our lives were a little bit quieter. And in the silence of our lives, we were able to evaluate things and see things and remember what we're seeing. It would enrich us so much more. Anyway, I would like to ask you all to please see my new webpage, Suzanne's Creative World, and please like and subscribe my blog. I appreciate it. Thank you.